Hi friends, so I'm ready with my morning routine. So in the morning I'm getting up at 5 and then I start running for around I think a half hour, something like this. And after this I'm milking my sheep, so yeah, I really have to take a shower. But first I was thinking, okay, breakfast, and I have a cup of tea. And I'm busy with editing the video for you because I did already the German version but not the English version. So yeah, now the video is going about what I did the last days a little bit. And yeah, I filmed not so much because it was raining a lot and I had a lot of pictures. So in this video I'm a little bit more explaining what I'm doing. I could harvest a lot of cabbage for my garden. So this year I made my first sauerkraut ever. So how I'm doing it? I harvest the pointed cabbage for my garden, washed it and cut it into thin stripes with a bread slider. And of course it is very important that the bread slider has a very sharp knife. I can put 2 heads of the cabbage into it. Here you can see my sauerkraut pot. So it's a 3-liter one and I really like it. It is so small and sweet and I think it's perfect for 1 or 2 persons. So I will put down the link in the info box. And yeah, what I'm doing now, I put a little bit a layer of sauerkraut at the bottom, then a little bit of salt on side it, and then you have the wooden thing here in the picture, you see it, and then you're just putting it down and down and down until you get a little bit water on the top of the sauerkraut. And then you can put more sauerkraut inside and then put it down, down and down again. And then you put a little bit salt around it again until the whole pot is filled up. And at the end, I had there 2 little stones. You can see it here in the picture. And I'm putting it on so that it's a little bit a weight that the sauerkraut is going down in the pot. And after this, you so if you fill up the whole sauerkraut pot, you can put the cover on it, and it is very important that you put a little bit of water in the ceiling around. The water helps that the cover is very close to close the sauerkraut pot, and then no air is coming inside. And then the fermentation is starting with the sauerkraut, and once in a while there's a small whoop. So the cover is going up because the air inside the sauerkraut is getting out, and this is important that that is doing it. And 10 days must be the sauerkraut now in a warm surrounding, so I will just let it in my kitchen. And after 10 days is going to my basement for next 4 weeks, and then the sauerkraut is ready and you can eat it. Yeah, so these are my first 3 carrots I harvest from my garden. This is a zucchini and onions, and the first 3 potatoes. Yay, and it's a red one, so I hope they are tasting very nice. Chard and beetroot. Yeah, here you can see the broad beans. So yeah, I'm very want to know how they are tasting. So I'm very, very happy with it. And of course, for the good taste, parsley and basil can't missing. After I was ready with eating, and it tastes very nice, I went out in my garden and harvest some cherries. I put I put maybe 2 or 3 kilograms of cherries in glasses, cook them for a half hour, and then they are ready to storage in my basement. But I also thought it should be nice if I can make a cherry ice cream. So what I was doing, I put some cherries in the deep freezer. And of course, I put out the cherry stone. And after this, I was thinking, okay, there's no stone inside. But oh no, I forgot some stones because I have some machine. And the machine is not really working so well to put out the cherry stone. And the bad thing is we are calling it Blausäure. I'm not sure what you are calling it, But if you are eating a whole stone, it's not a problem for your body. But if the stone is not whole anymore, so you are eating the pieces of the stone, it's very bad for your body. And with 2 cherry stones, you can already die. So I figured out that my mixer is making the cherry stones in pieces too. And it's not safe to eat anymore, so I have to throw it away. So yeah, the next time I don't know how I can figure out if the stones and the cherries are already inside or not, because no, the cherries are frozen in the deep freezer. Yeah, I need a good plan. So if you know something, write it down in the comments. My new project in the garden is to build a round arch so that my pumpkins can just grow around it, so I can go through it. I think it should be very nice. But the pieces are very heavy, so I think I have to cut them, and I need help to put them in the right corner. But you will see it in the next video if it was successful or not. And in the next video you will see I'm looking a little bit crazy, so my hair looks crazy. So I guess today is a video that I'm not styling for this video really. So yeah, here you see me now where I'm looking like I'm looking after a run. And I don't really have time for styling. And yeah, in the next video I think I forgot to brush my hair. Yeah, sorry for this, but I think that's real life. And yeah, you will see my garden. Everything is growing, and it's July and I had so much rain. It was incredible. But here, you can see it now. Hey friends, so a new video today. It is raining since the last 2 weeks in Germany. It was warm, or it's still a little bit warm, but not really a summer warm. And everything is growing, so I have to cut the grass and I have to put the weed away. But everything is just exploding, I think. I'm not sure if I should show you my garden or not, but I'm thinking it's nature. And I was the last 2 weeks a lot of most of the time, the whole day in my living room spinning the wool. I hadn't so much energy to go outside in my garden and to do anything because it was raining so much. And if I want to go outside, most of the time it was just an hour not raining, and then it started raining again. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's a little bit vacation time for me and do nothing. But yeah, now it's time to do something. So I harvest today raspberries, and I'm putting them in the fridge to keep them for the winter. And actually I think raspberries are tasting much better if you are putting them in the fridge and put them out. I don't know really why, but I like them more to put them in the morning above my oatmeal and muesli, or in yogurt. I really like this. Yeah. With my gardening tour, here are the sunflowers, and actually I have one, yay! And there's some weed between it, and this is some blossom you can eat. Yes, there's another sunflower. And here are my cucumbers. There's a zucchini over there, and this is a cauliflower and paprika, so they are doing well. But you see, they are so growing. It's incredible. And here are the red beets. I hope that's a great name. So yeah, you can see them here. So they are growing actually very big. And I'm harvesting just a few between them and let the others grow. So most of the time I'm taking every 2 days taking them. And here I harvest already the kale. And Yeah, it was incredible. I think I have 6 or 7 kales in my... Oh, the bird is very loud. But it's so sweet. Hello, bird. So the kale is laying in my basement, and I'm waiting for my sauerkraut bucket to put sauerkraut inside. I hope the kale is not getting bad now. It's laying now since 2 days there, but I really have to harvest them because if it's raining so much, you get a lot of slugs. Is this a great name? And yeah, they are eating the kale, so I have to harvest them. I put some tomatoes between it because of the Kohlweisling. I don't know if you have them too, but it's just perfect. So the kale is very healthy. It's looking great. So this is, I think, another kind of kale. Yeah, and here, look at the tomatoes. They are doing well too. So big tomatoes between it, and there's another one. Yeah, and here's a big kale. So I really, really like it. It looks so great. Nothing wrong with. Another tomatoes. Beans. So they are a little bit small now. They have to grow, and I have to put this one out. I have them everywhere. Yeah, but today I was thinking, oh, okay, I can do it later. Here, this one has to go away. Okay, I'm cleaning this area. Yeah. Behind me, there's a big cherry tree. So I harvest really a lot of big cherries. Now they are in my fridge, and I put them in glasses and cook them inside the glasses to keep them for the winter. Potatoes behind me, so they are blueing now. Some of the corn, but it's not so much. Here is some rettich, we are calling it rettich, and I want to harvest the seeds, so it's a little bit looking crazy too. And here some cauliflower and tomatoes. There's my sanddorn tree, so it's a small little yellow one. And here of potatoes, so they are doing very well too. Yeah, this one is not so doing so well. I put there some kind of carrots, but they're not growing so much. And here's a mangold. Oh, I have too much from them. Phew, it's incredible. I did some other kales inside here, but the rabbits eat them all. Yeah, I had the same here, so some left, but yeah, the other is not. Peas, but they are not ready. So there are some big ones. I think they are looking great, but others are a little bit small, so I want to wait a little bit longer. Here I harvest them already, so I put the peas outside and in the fridge, and I think, yeah, I'm just let it here. Here I have my strawberries. They are looking very great. There are no strawberries on it, I know, because I'm eating them every time if I'm here. Today I ate, I think 4 or 5. They are pretty small, so I plant them this year. And this is the reason why they didn't get so much strawberries, sorry. But I think next year they have a lot, so it's great. And yeah, there's the black beans. I don't know if you know them. So they are tasting good too. But yeah, I can harvest so much. It's, for me alone, it's incredible. Yeah, I really have to put a lot of food in the fridge because otherwise I can't eat them all. Every time if I'm here and I see something, I'm just eating it. Yeah, sorry for my dirty hands. I know, I think if you're a gardener in the summer, you can't really clean your hands so well. So then you are very quickly in the garden because you want to harvest something, and then, oh no, dirty hands again. Where I'm very proud on is my artichoke. So I was thinking the artichoke will not blow or get not in something like this, because most of the time they are looking like this for the first year, and then in the next year they have one. So I'm very surprised that I have one, but the others don't have a fruit, but this one too. So yeah, it's great. And I'm not sure, I have heard you can make a tea with the leaves of it. So I'm not sure, but I have heard you can make a tea with the leaves, and then you can use it as a lab to make cheese. So if you know something about it, I really want to know, because if you are buying cheap if you're buying lab, it's from making from babies, from cow babies, and yeah, I don't really want to use it for my cheese. It sounds awful, because the baby has to die only because you want to know, or you want to use a lab. I don't know. If I'm making my own cheese, I want to use maybe something I can grow in my own garden, and not a baby has to die for it. So I'm eating the babies, of course, too, only the man. But then they had a life, so they were at least a half year or older, and not really 4 or 5 weeks old. Yeah. So if you know something, if you can make the lab that you're putting inside the milk to make cheese, and I feel you can make it with the leaves, and you can breed a tea, but I'm not really sure about it. Behind me you can see a lot of raspberries. So every day I'm harvesting 4 or 5 hands with raspberries and put them in the fridge too, because I like the raspberries more if they are frozen. I don't know why, but yeah. Here's something more. Everything is growing. And oh no, can you see this? It's between it. Small little corns, but I had a lot of problem with this one. So my neighbors gave me a kale, but yeah, I had the whole field with the kale, but you can see it, not really much left, and there are cucumbers. But I had a problem with a bird, so he was eating all the small little baby ones. Yeah, it looks awful. At the moment I'm so busy with harvesting and put everything in the deep freezer that I don't find really time to make it nice. But yeah, that's it, that's life, and maybe your garden is looking like the same, so don't worry. I think it's normal that you have some craziness going on. Yeah, so the next day is if it's a little bit drier, then I want to mow the grass, put the weed away. But I think if the plants are looking healthy, it's not a big problem. And maybe the weeds will drink more of the water so that the soil is not so really wet. I'm a little bit afraid about my potatoes. If the soil is so wet, then it's not so healthy for the potatoes. I really remember in the summer I was thinking, oh no, I have to give my plants twice a day water because it's so heat. And now it is raining so much, so I don't have to give them water. Yeah, this is very great too. Okay, I'm thinking that's it for today. And the next days I want to take you with me, what I'm doing, how I'm cleaning up everything. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.